Talking about?
I don't know anything.
All right. Well, first off, if you don't know who I am, if your friend dragged you in here, sorry. My name is Johnny Young Bosch. I was Adam in Power Rangers. Vash in Trigun. Ichigo in Bleach. Lelouch in Code Geass. Isaiah? I'm afraid to say something because maybe you won't cheer.
Oh, come on!
Just stop there.
Okay.
I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
But I meant a few other things as well. I think they just announced, apparently, Sailor Moon. I'm in Sailor Moon, but...
What?
You didn't know? I'm pretty sure they announced it because a couple people said
I read about it.
Otherwise, they will not.
I will definitely check it out, man. I will definitely check it out.
I got. If you have Netflix, there's a Netflix original anime. I think it's their first one. It's Knights of Sidonia, and it's on Netflix. You can check it out. I think they have at least the first season up, I believe.
Cool.
More time?
Yeah, baby.
You don't know why I'm saying that? It's somebody's messenger or whatever it is that you got. It's a Power Ranger theme. But, I just go into that.
Yes.
Tap right in. Doraemon. Do you guys know what Doraemon is?
Yes.
So I'm in that, and I voice Nobita, or Nobi.
Oh, my.
And that's going to be on Disney XD in a couple days, Monday.
Woo!
That show, I don't know, I mean, some of you are familiar with the show. That's, Disney's brought it over here, and I don't think you need to be, some people are worried about, like, the things that were changed for broadcast and whatnot. But nothing major was changed, really. The only things are, like, they put clothes on naked kids. So, if you have a problem with that, you probably shouldn't be here at a con.
Oh, no.
We should probably lock you up. But, most of the stuff's the same. The story's the same. The characters are great. It's a really fun show. It is more, I guess for Japan, it's like a family show, really. But here, kids would love it, but you might actually get a kick out of it, too, because the characters are really great. All right. So, again, I'm Johnny Young Bosch, and we're just going to, I'm going to tell you stories. I'm going to answer a few questions. I do want to apologize, actually, to all of you. I know that with the autograph lines, they're kind of pretty long. I don't know why, but it's like we don't have a lot of time to get through them. They've only given us, I don't know, maybe an hour or an hour and a half, seems like, or two.
Which is ridiculous.
To get through them. And then they obviously cut you guys off, and we can't always take photos whenever doing autographs. And here's the reason. Some of you were upset that you couldn't take a photo or whatnot. And the reason is because the line is long, and at a certain point they cap it. And a lot of people only have a one-day pass. So if they cap that line, they don't get anything. Whereas maybe you got to get a couple autographs and a photo, they get nothing. So that's why we try to avoid photos until it makes sure, because I just want to make sure everybody gets something, an autograph, whatever it is, a little spit, whatever it is. No, but I do want to make sure everyone gets an autograph, so that's why if you're ever wondering if you go to a con and they're only limited, you can only get one autograph. Don't be frustrated, it's because they really want to make sure they get everyone they can. And that's the only reason why we do that. And that's why if you go to our concerts with the band, it's usually late at night. And afterwards, we always sign and take pictures until everybody's got something. But anyways, if you're wondering why we've been doing that, that's the way it's been. I thought that there weren't going to be a whole lot of people here, and I thought I was going to be able to squeeze through and get a few pictures. But maybe. Or you can. We were thinking about going to Denny's later, but this might be a big crowd for Denny's.
Oh man, yeah.
That will work out. We can do it. I mean,
yes.
If you want,
Let's
in the
do it.
band, we're going to go to Denny's around, I think, 6 or 7 o'clock. Just have dessert and hang out, meet and greet with some fans and take pictures. If it becomes, I'm hoping it's not too many. Maybe a couple of you come. So only a few of you can come.
Oh, come on.
Decide who's going to go. If it ends up being massive, ridiculous, we're just going to hang out in the parking lot till the cops come.
Ah!
But yeah, so we'll be taking pictures and signing stuff, and if if we can get inside, have an apple pie. I don't know.
Yeah,
We like to hang out with people when we can, so we're gonna do a little bit of that before. You guys know Jason Harvey from Power Rangers, Skull?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
Skull, so I'm trying to hang out with him a little bit because he lives out here. So
Woo!
I want to be able to do like a little quick meet and greet with you guys, and then go hang out with him for a little bit before he has to get back home and all that good stuff. Anyways, all right, so let's start with some questions, and then yes, first question.
Yeah, I have a question and a request.
Okay.
The request is, can you do the Love and Peace Vash?
This world is made of love and peace.
And my question is, what was it like voicing Ichigo and Vash?
What was it like voicing Ichigo and Vash? It was awesome. Both times. Yeah, it's cool. Trigun was the first voiceover job for me.
Oh.
So it's scary, but a lot of fun. And if you guys are familiar with Power Rangers, my character, I called myself the background ranger. Because,
What?
I know, but it's true. You go and you watch, I hardly talk. And I was, Tommy and them would be talking to Zordon or whatnot, and I would just be back here like this.
Oh!
Right! And so that's all I did. And so I called for at least the first season, it seemed like. And I was the quiet, shy one.
Happy
and I
anniversary,
really
by the
was,
way.
But yeah, so it's very different going from something where I didn't do a whole lot, and then except for fighting, whatever, and which was awesome. But then going to do like a lead role in a series that was really good, So and a character that's like just kind of crazy and off the wall all over the place. So it was a big change for me, and it was awesome. It really just opened the doors for me. Really, that was the first thing I got, and it was because let me tell you this story. After Power Rangers, the stunt guys they wanted to do an independent action film, and so they're all Japanese stunt guys, and so they had a camera and it was Japanese. The sound guys weren't Japanese, so when they were trying to get the audio out, something got screwed up, and so all it was static through the whole film, just. And so I had to go in and dub myself. And as I was in there dubbing, the producer walked in. He's like, "Oh, you got a good hero voice." And I just thought, okay, I'm playing a hero. That makes sense, It's obvious, thank you. And then he said it a couple times, said, "Yeah, you do have a good hero voice." Him and the director were talking about it. And then afterwards, he's like, "Will you come and audition for this animation I'm doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Because you want to work, right? And so I went to this audition, and they played me this clip in English, and they played it in Japanese, and they said, can you do something like the Japanese guy? I was like, I can try. So I auditioned, and a couple weeks later, they called me up and said, "You're going to be Vash in Trigun." And so that was my first thing.
Yeah.
And so it really just opened the doors. It was total fluke, really, if you think about it. And then people always ask me, "Hey, how do I become a voice actor?" And from my experience, it's totally, I just can't, how am I supposed to tell you? Well, work on an independent film, and hopefully the Japanese guy doing the camera, maybe that producer does anime, I don't know, you might get lucky. So it's really weird, like, if you take advice from me, it's like, well, I guess I would do this, put a demo together, and start sending it all over the place. So really, it's just a fluke, and it was actually just getting an audition. Auditions are the most important thing, you audition constantly, if you want to work. Like, I think like last week, I maybe auditioned for at least like 6 or 7 different shows, and I booked one. So it's kind of like that. Like you just constantly, audition. And then this is the other thing: is you just got to get over it. Like you're not gonna get most of them. I know some of you guys are like, "You're in everything."
Hey!
And I am.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I've been very fortunate. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I've been very fortunate to get a number of really great roles. I'm so thankful for them. But it's just auditioning. I go in there and audition along with everyone else, And so, if you look at it, it's like always, it's me or Yuri or Bryce, you know, or Vic, you know, and so it's like the same group of guys are always against each other. But it's just, we've been landing them, you know, but there are a ton of other people that are, you know, out there. Yes, you have a question?
Yes, with the announcement that you're in the redub of Sailor Moon, I was just wondering what the recording process has been like for redubbing an old
You know,
song
here's
like
the
that.
thing is, like, I just found out that they announced it from you guys, like, at the audience, like, yeah, so how does it feel to be a cat? And I was like, what? And then
Artemis?
so I just found out. I didn't even know. So I don't really know if I can talk about it, other than the fact that they announced it. So I don't really, I can't really go into any
Okay,
details.
you've recorded stuff already.
Otherwise, I mean, I just started it, so they could be like, you know what, you talked about it, you're gone. You know, now you're not. How's that feel? Who's a big mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, question, or well, one sort of voice response. Can you do a line from, Cube's voice from Eternal Sonata?
Eternal Sonata? I don't remember.
Oh, well,
Any lines from that?
you don't have to do a line. If you could just do his voice, that would be fine.
I don't remember his voice.
Oh
So long ago.
Sorry.
And sorry.
Anyway.
It's I'm sure it was. I think it was.
It was like, I hate the sweat coming off your eyes or something like that.
I don't even remember the range I chose. It was probably a natural because I don't think he was too young.
No, I mean, well, sorry.
I hate the sweat coming off of you guys.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, that was fine. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
It also-
That could be, let's say, Lelouch, Isaiah.
Yeah, no. Other question is, do you prefer voicing heroes or villains?
Heroes or villains? Both. Villains are a lot of fun because there's just something else there, you know. There's more to what you're saying. Like you'll have a line, but you mean something else. Like if you're saying "How do you do?" you really mean "I'm going to kill you." So there's always that in the back of your mind. So you get to play with things a little bit more. Heroes are great though when the stories is awesome. You know, it kind of stinks when you get like a cliche like, "Oh, this guy controls a giant mech. He's got a special necklace." You know. Yeah, how many of those are out there, right? You know what I'm talking about.
A lot.
You can probably think of 5 at least right now. But some of them are good, you know, even though it's the same kind of cliche story. Some are still really good, and then some of them are like, what? The heroes are great because they work more. You know, they're in more episodes, and so you get paid more, and you can afford to eat. Yes.
What's your weirdest fan experience?
My weirdest fan experience.
Come on now.
Yeah, it will be Denny's.
Ah!
Johnny Bosch arrested. Let me think. First thing I can think of is in Alabama, doing a Q&A, and these girls were giggling over in the corner, you know, and I was like, okay, and I pointed over to them because they had their hand up, and they're like, are you afraid of being raped by fangirls? Wow.
No!
And I mean, I was like, and it was it's kind of scary, you know? In Alabama, you know?
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, I said, I am now. That's kind of weird. Another thing that's weird is you guys know, if you know Vash, he loves donuts.
Yes.
And occasionally people give me donuts. Which
Aw.
is pretty cool. But you guys know, like, if you go to the store, you buy donuts, and sometimes they have that cellophane, plastic, see-through stuff, right?
Yeah.
You can look at the donuts. Oh, there are donuts in there. And so I got some of those, and for whatever reason, I call them sweaty donuts because, like, on the cellophane, there's just like dew, you know, like drippage, and I was like, oh, you know, it's kind of foggy, you know, like if you're in the car and it's just you breathing and it's a hot day. That's what it looked like. There was like a little person in there breathing. I was like, oh. And then she's like, here you go. And like waited for me to like open it up and eat one. And I was like, so that was kind of weird.
What?
Too. Another one, I'll tell you, I was with Jason Frank, who was Tommy in Power Rangers, and we were signing and stuff. And this kid comes up, he's like, hey, will you sign my leg? I'm like, okay. You know, sometimes people sit up on the table and sign my leg or whatever. And I turned to talk to Jason. And when I turn back, there's like an actual leg.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like that. And I was like, oh, better hurry it up. Yeah, over here. Sure. Yeah. I'm just gonna go like this. Whoever catches it.
When you were voicing Ryunosuke in Fate Zero, well, he's like a pretty psycho.
Yeah, Ryunosuke is insane.
Like, what was going through your head while you were voicing him?
I was disgusted. You know, Ryunosuke in Fate Zero, he's just twisted. I don't want to. You might go check it out. I don't want to ruin anything, but man, he's just a twisted character. It's one of those things where you like go through the lines, and the director's telling me what he's done, you know, to kids and whatnot. And I'm like, what? It's kind of disturbing, but you have to put that all away, you know. And it's harder when you have a kid, you know. How many of you guys have kids? Anybody here have a kid? It's okay. Good for you.
Johnny had
You know
it.
when you first had your kid, right? Like when you're growing up, you know, for the guys especially. You can watch a movie, has kids in it, whatever. Oh, who cares? You know, you can tough
Right.
it out. But then when there's a kid and a kid gets hurt, now any movie with a little kid is stranded or something, I'm like, on the plane watching any movie where a kid, I don't know, it could be anything. Kid stubs his toe, I'm like,
Damn,
be
Johnny.
on the plane too, like, you know, before I had a kid, people next to me have the baby, and I was like, oh, shut your kid up, you know? But then when you have a kid, you're like, oh, hang in there, guys.
I
It's a
know.
different mentality. Yes, you've had your hand up.
Who are some voice actors you really look forward to working with?
I look forward to working with.
Rather, like, you get a role, like, and you see this guy, and also, like, working with you get like, excited.
Do I get really excited? No, I'm not picky, to be honest with you. I'm just happy to be working. But it's great when you get people like Steve Bloom or even Crispin Freeman, you know, they're on the show, or Yuri's on the show, you know. Any of them. Todd, Happycorn's in this, awesome. We'll teach them about something. So, yeah. And Bryce, too. Bryce is a good guy. He's been in quite a bit now lately. Yes.
Have you voiced your line for
No. Trying to think, because we've done a handful of things. I think the only thing I can mention is, what was it, Q? Yeah, Persona Q. I think that's... Can I talk about it? Do you guys know about that? Never mind.
Hey!
I don't know what I can talk about. Don't put this up on YouTube. Or edit that out. Yes. Do I see Lelouch as a hero or a villain?
I'd say
Well,
anti-hero.
kind of both, really. It's kind of hard to pick one or the other because he really is kind of a douchebag.
Oh.
I know, right? But you know, when you look at the whole thing, then it's like, man, it was all part of his plan, you know. Even though there were other moments throughout it, that, I don't know. He's both, really. He really is both. Towards the end, I was like, yeah, he's a hero. He's a hero. Have you seen it all the way to the end, the very end? Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, who has not seen Code Geass? All right, go. Really? Just you guys? 6 of you? Come on. You guys can do it.
I see a few episodes. I see the
Netflix
episodes.
though, huh? I know, they should throw it on something. All right, you can probably find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, yellow shirt.
What are some of the oddest experiences you've had in the recording booth?
Oddest experiences. All right, I'll tell you a story. And if you've heard, I mean, some of you have probably already heard my story, so bear with me. This when I was working on Wolf's Rain, which is another great series if you haven't seen it.
Oh, I gotta see
really
it.
great
I gotta
movie.
see that. It's awesome.
And great voice acting. The Japanese is really great. No, the English is really good too, and not just because I'm in it, but that helps.
Yes, yes.
Arrogant, sorry. I don't mean that at all. But no, it's a great series. Anyway, check it out. Who cares? All right. So, anyways, I was working on this show, and this is like the second or third show that I was in, and so nervous and whatnot. So I always want to make sure that I get there early, like 15 minutes early usually, so I can look through the script, find out where I'm at, and and just kind of be able to play easier. But this one day, I show up kind of late. I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast, And so you guys know when your stomach starts growling, like in school, right? Your stomach
Yes.
starts to growl. It's super embarrassing. You start tapping your desk, shuffling the papers, trying to shut it up so it doesn't make any noise. It's just super embarrassing. Well, in the booth, they can hear everything, And so I was feeling that, like that